Your first espresso at the Four Seasons George V arrives like a diplomatic mission, silent, precise, and carrying centuries of French protocol on a silver tray. Outside your window, Paris plays her morning symphony, the gentle rumble of delivery vans on cobblestones, the melodic chatter of early shoppers, and somewhere a church bell marks time as it has since Marie Antoinette wore diamonds. But inside these walls, where crystal chandeliers cast light on your morning paper and even the air seems filtered through silk, time moves differently. You're sitting where Marlene Dietrich once powdered her nose, where Grace Kelly adjusted her pearls, where even the mirrors have witnessed more history than most museums. Welcome to the George V, where breakfast isn't merely a meal, it's your first act in a play that's been running since 1928. The gentle Parisian sunlight filters through French doors as your first day at the Four Seasons George V begins, though calling it merely French doors feels rather like calling the Mona Lisa just a portrait. Step onto your private balcony where the Eiffel Tower poses against the dawn sky like a well-trained model. A knock at the door announces breakfast, served naturally on fine porcelain, with the kind of precision that makes other luxury hotels seem like casual cafes. The croissants arrive fresh from the in-house bakery, accompanied by seasonal fruits and French press coffee. My personal favorite spot is La Galerie, where 19th century tapestries and crystal chandeliers provide a backdrop for morning coffee that makes other five-star lobbies look positively pedestrian. The spa beckons next, a 17-meter mosaic-lined swimming pool and 34-degree vitality pool await below. The marble hammam comes complete with its own ice fountain, because even temperature extremes should be experienced in proper style. Your massage therapist arrives wielding products from elite Swiss brands like Dr. Bergener and Swiss Perfection. In the couples suite, champagne awaits in a secluded relaxation area. I found it pairs wonderfully with post-treatment bliss. The concierge team, their golden Les Clés d'Or keys glinting on their lapels, stand ready to orchestrate your day. Need after-hours access to the Louvre? Front row seats at the Opéra Garnier? Consider it done. For transport, the hotel's exclusive Rolls-Royce Phantom, commissioned specifically for the George V with Hermes leather interiors, glides through Paris like a land-bound private jet. Lunch in the marble courtyard provides a masterclass in discreet luxury. Here, amid manicured topiaries and seasonal flower installations, even celebrities feel at ease. I once watched Michael Jordan dine incognito in a bucket hat, though no one batted an eye. The floral displays alone merit their own chapter in art history. Jeff Leatham, the hotel's artistic director, ensures 9,000 fresh blooms adorn the property at any given time. The lobby alone sometimes hosts 14,000 flowers, changed seasonally with the kind of precision usually reserved for Swiss watch movements. As evening approaches, your suite welcomes you back with refreshed towels and replenished flowers, white roses or orchids depending on the season. The housekeeping staff moves with ghost-like efficiency, ensuring every detail aligns with George V standards. But the true magic of the George V reveals itself at dinner time, when 3 Michelin-starred restaurants compete for your attention with a combined 6 stars between them, though perhaps we should discuss that particular culinary constellation over an aperitif in Le Bar. In 1928, as Paris roared through its most glamorous decade, the Hotel George V opened its doors onto the most coveted corner of the 8th arrondissement. American businessman Joel Hillman had invested $31 million, about 60 million French francs at the time, to create what would become Paris's crown jewel of hospitality. Named in honor of Britain's King George V, the hotel took its place in the Golden Triangle, that sacred nexus bordered by the Champs-Élysées, Avenue Montaigne, and Avenue George V. Architect Georges Wibeau, fresh from his triumph at the Casino de Deauville, crafted an elegant Art Deco masterpiece worthy of the world's elite. The hotel's early management fell to André Terrail, owner of the legendary La Tour d'Argent, ensuring that gastronomy would be woven into the George V's very fabric. In a stroke of marketing genius, the hotel maintained offices at Cherbourg Port, ready to whisk wealthy Americans straight from their transatlantic liners to Parisian luxury. The Wall Street crash of 1929 forced Hillman to relinquish his dream, but French banker François Dupré, husband to a Singer sewing machine heiress, stepped in to shepherd the hotel through its next golden age. Dupré enhanced the property with exquisite art and antiques, Flemish tapestries, boule marqueterie furniture, and works by Renoir and Dufy transformed the hotel into a private museum. The Second World War saw the George V host a fascinating cast of characters, from French intellectuals and German officers to Allied commanders. General Dwight D. Eisenhower himself called it home during the liberation of Paris. Fast forward to 1996, when Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal acquired the property for $185 million. The prince invested an additional $120 million in renovations, closing the hotel entirely for 2 years to perfect every detail. In 1999, the Four Seasons flag was raised over the George V, marking the beginning of its modern era of excellence. Renowned interior designer Pierre-Yves Rochon was commissioned to marry classical French elegance with contemporary luxury, creating the timeless aesthetic that defines the hotel today. The year 2000 saw the George V crowned Best Hotel in the World by multiple publications, a title it would defend repeatedly over the following decades. The hotel now holds France's official Palace distinction, a rating above 5 stars reserved for only the most exceptional properties. Today, the George V stands as more than just a hotel. It's the keeper of nearly a century of Parisian high society's most elegant secrets. But to truly understand the George V's position at the pinnacle of luxury, we must experience its most intimate spaces. The George V houses 244 rooms, though calling them merely rooms feels like calling the Palace of Versailles a country house. Of these, 185 are guest rooms and 59 are suites, each one a masterclass in Parisian refinement. Pierre-Yves Rochon's design philosophy reveals itself in every space. Creamy beige, soft gold, and warm caramel tones embrace you like a perfectly aged cognac. Louis XVI-style chairs upholstered in luxurious textiles sit alongside modern occasional tables with gilded edges, a subtle reminder that true luxury transcends any single era. High ceilings and French windows flood each space with that particular quality of Parisian light that painters have tried to capture for centuries. The bathrooms, clad entirely in marble, feature deep soaking tubs positioned to offer views that make morning ablutions feel like a scene from a film. Television screens emerge mysteriously from mirrors, while Bose sound systems provide the acoustic accompaniment to your Parisian sojourn. Fresh flowers, often a single perfect orchid, grace every room, a continuation of Jeff Letham's artistic vision that extends from lobby to suite. The penthouse suite, commanding $26,000 per night, crowns the hotel like a tiara. Its private terrace offers 360-degree views of Paris, from Sacré-Cœur to Notre Dame, with the Eiffel Tower performing its hourly light show seemingly for your eyes alone. The penthouse's bathroom features a carved marble bathtub weighing more than 1 ton, positioned for contemplating the city of light while soaking in aromatherapy-infused waters. The recently redesigned duplex suites span 130 square meters over 2 floors, offering a true Parisian apartment experience. Each morning, housekeeping refreshes your sanctuary with an attention to detail that borders on artistic expression. The beds, dressed in linens with thread counts that would impress a mathematician, invite the kind of sleep usually reserved for fairy tales. Your private bar comes stocked with vintages that would make a sommelier swoon, while the espresso machine stands ready for more pressing morning requirements. Though if you think the accommodations are impressive, wait until you discover what happens when hunger strikes in this temple of gastronomy. Six Michelin stars sparkle under one roof at the George V, a constellation of culinary excellence unmatched by any other European hotel. Le Cinq, keeper of 3 of those stars, presents Chef Christian Lesquer's visionary take on French gastronomy beneath coffered ceilings and silk-draped windows. Deep in the hotel's underground vault, 50,000 bottles of wine slumber in a cellar that would make Bacchus weep with joy. Sommelier Eric Beaumart's team navigates this liquid treasury with the kind of expertise that turns wine pairings into poetry. Mediterranean breezes waft through Le Georges, where Chef Simone Zanoni's 1-starred kitchen crafts share plates that elevate casual dining to an art form. In L'Orangerie's Glass Conservatory, Chef Alan Torden's recently awarded 2nd Michelin star confirms what guests have long known. Even simple dishes here dance on the tongue like culinary ballet. The service staff move with choreographed precision, appearing precisely when needed and vanishing when privacy beckons. Doormen greet you by name before you've spoken a word, while housekeepers seem to possess an almost telepathic ability to refresh your room in the brief moments you've stepped away. Each member of the concierge team wears the coveted golden keys of Les Clefs d'Or, though their real talent lies in making the impossible appear effortlessly arranged. A casual mention of preferring Earl Grey might result in a curated selection appearing in your room, accompanied by handwritten tasting notes. The attention to detail extends beyond mere efficiency. Here, service becomes a form of mind-reading wrapped in perfect discretion. In the restaurants, waiters recall your wine preferences from previous evenings, while the chef might prepare an unplanned course based on an overheard comment about your favorite ingredient. Butlers assigned to suites transform routine tasks into ceremonies of comfort, pressing clothes within minutes and arranging flowers to match your room's color scheme. Each staff member, from the valet to the maître d', operates as part of a grand performance where luxury feels both extraordinary and effortless. La Galerie's afternoon tea unfolds beneath glittering chandeliers, while Le Bar's intimate atmosphere makes every cocktail feel like a private celebration. In the kitchens, battalions of chefs orchestrate culinary symphonies that emerge as perfectly timed movements of taste and presentation. At the George V, every moment is crafted to remind you that true luxury isn't about gold-plated excess. It's about the quiet confidence of knowing you're experiencing the very finest Paris has to offer. Beneath the George V's polished marble floors, a hidden world orchestrates your every pleasure. Down a spiral stone staircase, wine tastings unfold in the cellar's most private corners, where vintages dating to the 19th century tell stories of harvests long past. In hidden workshops, floral artisans begin their day at dawn, conditioning and arranging thousands of stems for the day's displays. I've watched them turn simple roses into architectural masterpieces. Behind unmarked doors, chefs host intimate table experiences where menus are created on the spot based on a mere conversation about your travels. Private underground entrances allow certain guests to arrive unseen, while discreet elevators whisk them directly to their floors, arrangements made so seamlessly that other guests never notice these parallel paths. The hotel's own olive groves in Provence supply exclusive oils to the kitchens, while partnerships with small French producers ensure ingredients arrive that very morning from specific villages. A dedicated chocolate laboratory crafts pralines and truffles daily, though its location remains one of the hotel's most guarded secrets. In the staff quarters, a rigorous training academy teaches everything from the precise angle of a fork to the art of reading a guest's unspoken wishes. The hotel maintains relationships with Paris's most exclusive boutiques, allowing for after-hours private shopping experiences that transform entire stores into personal wardrobes. Custom perfumes can be blended in suite, while rare books or artworks can be sourced through the hotel's network of discreet collectors. A master locksmith creates unique keys for certain suites, while a dedicated archive preserves guest preferences dating back decades. The hotel's own entrance to the metro system, a relic from wartime, now serves as a private arrival point for those requiring ultimate discretion. In temperature-controlled rooms, pairs of white gloves carefully maintain the hotel's collection of antique tapestries and artworks. An on-call astronomer sets up telescopes for private stellar observations from suite terraces. transforming basic balconies into personal planetariums. The hotel even maintains ties with local aristocratic families, enabling guests to experience authentic French salons in private hotels particuliers. Yet maybe the greatest hidden treasure of the George V isn't its secret passages or private collections. It's knowing that somewhere in this grand mansion, another layer of luxury awaits discovery. Though that particular secret, I'm afraid you'll have to uncover for yourself. And now, I'd love to see you in the comments. Have you visited Paris before? And in which neighborhood did you stay or would stay? I can't wait to hear your personal experiences, so be sure to let me know below. And thanks for joining me for another episode of Sir Luxury Travel. Ta-ta, until the next time.